So I just finished visiting this beautiful big Buddha here in Thailand, and I also took some time to meditate in the temple because the temple had an amazing energy, as you can see here in the screen, and I took some time to meditate in there. And one thing I noticed, by the way, there's beautiful, beautiful nature all around me, sacred trees, and here we're at the top of a mountain. The big Buddha is a landmark in Thailand, and this reminded me of my Vipassana meditation retreat that I did about a year ago, a silent retreat where I had to spend 2 weeks or 13 days not saying a single word and just meditating every single day and having 2 meals per day and just learning the concept of Buddhism and meditation from the monks in the mountain in northern Thailand. It was exactly 1 year ago when I did it, and the visit here reminds me of that. So I took some time to meditate, and I meditated for quite a while, and I started regaining all of that knowledge. Everything I learned last year started coming back to me. This is watermelon and mango juice smoothie that doesn't have any sugar in it. No sugar, no additives. It's the real fruit, mango and watermelon cut and mixed together, and that's it. That's all that's in here. Took some time to meditate, and I started remembering all of the concepts that I learned last year in the temple, which was be in the moment, forget that you have control on a lot of things, because you just don't have control. You just have to come in peace with that. And remember that everything happens for a reason. And I started remembering these concepts, which were beautiful, and they just reminded me to stay grounded, to believe in what I do, and to always know that everything I do along the path and everything you do along the way, along the path, is meaningful. It's meaningful to you and to someone else. Here's another beautiful Buddha. Along the path, there's these beautiful little temples, and inside each one of them, there's a Buddha statue like this. And then there's this other Buddha statue right behind me here. It's really, really beautiful. The whole vibe and energy of this area is gorgeous. It's amazing. So the reason why I decided to come here and connect to my experience from last year and to the Buddha and to meditate, the reason why is because I just felt it. I felt drawn to come here and to spend some time here. And I've been here for a couple hours, and I'm sharing the footage with you. And it's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate to see that we live in a world that is just driven by materialistic things and money. We've had the Buddha and many others like him who came to the world, and they did their best to spread this wisdom, to spread this knowledge, to make sure that humans have something to work with. And part of these things is what I share here on this channel. I myself had to do the retreat last year, as I mentioned, to learn these concepts. And it's so sad. It's so sad that you have these people who came on earth and spent lifetimes trying to give this knowledge to people, and yet the world is just going the path of materialistic lifestyles and everything revolving around money. And what's saddening, even the people of the lands that inherited this knowledge, they still don't apply it as much. That is even more sad. people are just like gravitated towards money, economy, whatever the West is doing, everyone wants to do. Everything that's away from spirit, everything that's away from being connected to nature, like me right now, being connected to nature, being connected to spirit. Everything that's away from that is what's thriving, unfortunately. And I see it in my day-to-day life. Everything revolves around money. Everything is fake. Everything revolves around distracting human beings from knowing who they are, from becoming what they really are. This recently really upsetted me, and I became annoyed with this, and that's why I had to come here to connect with the Buddha and do some meditation and spend some time here. And it worked, and I'm feeling much better. I remembered everything, all the lessons I learned from last year. And actually, by the way, I encapsulated all of those lessons, everything I learned in my retreats. I put it in a book. It's in selfalchemist.com on my store. It's called The Temple Within, because that retreat helped me find my temple within. Do you want to know what's your temple within and where is it? What is it? Read my book and you'll see my experience, and maybe it's going to help you find your own temple. But I learned that thanks to the Vipassana silent retreat that I did last year. Again, 13 days that I did without speaking a word, and meditating every single day from early morning, from 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. Doing that for a couple of weeks makes you change completely. It does work. It does make you transform. So I just wanted to share with you this, because coping with certain negative things you see in your life is not an easy thing. Sometimes you don't know how to handle it. Sometimes these things will put you in negative situations that will drag you to lower frequencies. And if you're vibrating on lower frequencies, then you're going to start attracting to you more negative situations. So this negativity starts perpetuating in your life without you realizing it. And some of the lessons I learned last year in the temple is that even the bad things that happen in your life, there's always a reason for them. There's always a reason. There was a story of this girl, and I wrote it in my book, who went to the temple to learn about meditation. And there was a problem. Years ago, I'm talking about the temple where I spent my retreat, but years and years before, the facilities were different. They were amongst where the tourists were. So the facilities were very close by the touristy area of the temple, where tourists come and they start taking photos and everything. So you would have to meditate. You would have to do the retreat with the tourists passing by all the time, every single day. So I was lucky because the facilities I practiced my retreats were so secluded, and tourists were not allowed there. If you're not accepted in the program, you're not allowed in. So I was lucky for that. But before, there was this girl who happened to had her retreats back when those facilities were not ready, so they had to be with the tourists. And the tourists would always hit the gong. You know the gong, when they hit it loud, bang, bang, and then it makes a loud sound. And this girl would try to meditate, and she would get furious because the tourists keep banging the gong so loud, so strongly, and it distracted her. She couldn't meditate, so she talked to the monk. She told him, "I'm sorry, but I can't. I can't meditate. This is, and I'm not only I can't meditate, but I'm very angry. This makes me so angry. I can't focus. I hate people who are passing by and doing this." And he told her, "Okay, this is the monk teaching her why is this even happening in her life. That's why I'm telling you, everything happens for a reason." He told her there's a meaning why this is happening specifically in your case scenario, and it's affecting you, and it's not affecting anybody else. And it's true, because there are usually many people who are practicing at the same time. But this gong sound affected only her. That means she had a problem that she had to deal with. And that's why she even was led to do that retreat. So he told her, think about a storm, a rain. When a storm happens and it's loud and there's thunders, do you freak out? She said, no. He's like, why? She said, because it's a storm. He told her, but it's very loud. It's louder than the gong. She said, yes. He told her, but that doesn't bother you, right? She said, no, it does not. He told her, because it's something from nature, because it's something that we're not aware of. It's something that's part of our daily life. But it's very loud, and thunders can even be scary. But he told her, when there's a thunderstorm, you don't freak out, you don't get angry, you don't stop your day, you keep doing what you're doing. She said, yeah. He told her, why don't you just apply the same concept that you apply with the thunder, just apply it to this gong sound. Think of it as part of life. Think of it as part of existence. Think of it as part of what's happening in your daily life. It's just there. People come and they hate the gong. The gong is there for a reason, and it shouldn't distract you. It shouldn't bother you. And she never thought about it that way. And mind you, I forgot to mention that this girl, her main problem was the sound, was loud sounds. She was always bothered by loud sounds. That was her main problem. Her main problem was that she couldn't stand any like noise or like some loudness that's around, or loud neighbors or loud people. These things irritated her, and they made her so angry and so frustrated all the time, and she would always become stressed out. So the main reason why she had to do this retreat is to learn to overcome this problem through the gong sound. See that how everything happens for a reason. And the main concept of Buddhism is about overcoming suffering. The Buddha said, life, the purpose of the teachings of Buddhism, the purpose is to overcome suffering, because life is all about suffering. But you have to learn how to overcome the suffering that life gives you. If you can overcome the suffering that life gives you, then you succeed. Then you understand how life works. So this girl was bothered by noises and sounds. And I'm pretty certain that many of you who are watching this probably have the same problem. You probably get very frustrated with loud sounds. But she kept doing her meditations every day. With the loud sounds of the gongs, like tourists coming in and like banging the gong every single day. But she would always think of it as something that's from nature, as something like thunderstorm, as something, that it shouldn't bother her. It's just there. And after she finished her retreat, she was okay with it. She was able to meditate the whole day. She told the monk that she was able to meditate the whole day without being bothered or frustrated by the sound of the gong. If anything, by any sound of any tourist or anyone passing by, she was okay with all sounds around her. That means that everything is part of everything. And the purpose of learning these Buddhist concepts, or they could be from other dogmas or other traditions, or from alchemy or from witchcraft, or they could be from occult dogmas. The purpose is to help you overcome these sufferings, overcome these problems that you go through in your life. The same way when I was bothered by certain things recently, and I came here to connect with spirit, connect with the Buddha, to meditate, and it worked. And everything I learned before that was stored in the back of my mind came back to me right away. And I knew how to handle the situation, and now I feel so much better. But I wanted to share with you. So let me know in the comment section. Do you have anything that annoys you so much that shouldn't? It shouldn't, but it does annoy you. And have you ever wondered why it does annoy you? But if it does, trust me, doing some meditation will help. But meditation doesn't. One thing I realized from the last year's Vipassana retreat is that doing meditation without knowing why you're doing meditation is not gonna work. Because for me, before last year's retreat, I was pretty good at meditation, but now I know why meditation can help you. Before, I was like, well, you meditate to calm down or you meditate to be in the moment. That's not enough. Meditation is more than just about helping you calm down. It's more than just about helping you be in the moment. It's about helping you understand why life is the way it is. It's about helping you finding within you, the temple within you, the peace within you, that emptiness within you, the darkness within you. That's what meditation can help you do. And I share that in my book. Again, it's titled The Temple Within. You can check it out at alchemist.com. So let me know in the comment section, what's your story? And until the next video, I wish you an amazing day wherever you are. Thank you very much.